Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, please hit subscribe. Um, and this is Morning Messages from Spirit. It's already in the afternoon. I got out here in nature. I'm in Galilee. I came out to the side of a mountain near Hukuq. It's an ancient site, and I'll show you afterwards where I am. There's a archaeological dig going on around here, so I'll show you a little bit of the site. But let's get right into the morning messages from Spirit. So the first message is there are miracles happening all around us, all the time. We just have to open our eyes and notice them. Our life itself is a miracle. Um, what else do I have here? Not every day needs to be an extravaganza. Some days are dedicated to body and to the physical realm. This is necessary for this life experience. And that was pretty much a good message for me today. I spent a lot of the time today just doing menial tasks. Cleaning, I did some graphics, I sent out some bills, things that I need to do in order to maintain this life. So not every day is an extravaganza. Not every day has to have some kind of grand expedition or something grand that happens in it. So that was a good message for me. It's a really grounds me, um, because I tend to go off into the higher realms and kind of forget to maintain what is going on here in this physical realm. And so that message was important to me, that it doesn't have to be an extravaganza. I can get up in the morning, I can have my coffee, and I can jot down messages, and I can do dishes, and I can do laundry, and I can do graphics. Um, so not every day has to be an extravaganza. Another message: spiritual healing can be uncomfortable. Expect to get out of your comfort zone in order to expand. And this is so true. When you are expanding spiritually, there's uncomfort in that. You can't stay in your comfort zone and expand, because expansion requires change, and it requires rethinking. And it requires shedding of old habits or addictions. Addictions is a big one, and addictions isn't necessarily only, everything can be an addiction. Even ways of thinking, we're addicted to thinking a certain way or having a certain thought process, or we're addicted to treating people a certain way, or we're addicted to reacting in a certain way, especially if it's things that come in and pull at our belief systems, things that make us, we believe a certain way, and we've believed that way our whole life, and something is coming in and pulling at it and pulling it apart, and it's very comfortable to stick in these thought habits. And so when we expand and we shed old thought processes, or we allow new things in, this can get uncomfortable. So that was another one. I could just talk on and on and on about that one. Um, but I think that you get it. Do the things that you love, plan them in. So the things that I love, like coming out on the mountain or going on hikes, I have something in my hair. To plan those things into my life, that's a big one for me, because for me, I like to kind of I kind of like to go with the flow. So it's sometimes difficult for me to set up a time and schedule something in stone in my schedule, because I'm so flexible and I like that I have that freedom in my life. Um, but that's why it's such a good one for me to plan things that I want to accomplish, things that I want to finish, things that I enjoy, plan them into my life so that I do them. Um, Let me say, put fear aside. Put fear aside. So instead of, you can be afraid to do anything new, be afraid to meet people, be afraid to get out of your comfort zone, be afraid to put yourself out there or take chances, especially chances of failure or making a fool out of yourself or um, anything like that. So it's put fear aside and just do and expect, you're taking a chance. Things don't always have to work out like you plan, and things usually don't work out exactly as you plan, because when you start opening new horizons, you're going into the unknown. So a lot of the times you can't plan because there's so many unknowns. So you just have to move forward, put fear aside, and start moving towards what you want, or start moving, making progress. Just make progress. Okay. The people and messages that you need will come into your life naturally and in perfect timing when you are in sync with your natural self. Trust the process. So I like that one. So the people that need to come into your life, you will attract into your life at the time that you are ready to attract them into your life. Everything shows up at perfect timing. If you can't attract into your life something that you're not ready for, because it won't work. It won't fit together. So just trust that everything shows up when you're ready for it, and when you're in sync with yourself, the right things and the right people show up. And this goes back to a conversation that I had yesterday with my brother. I was on my way home and I stopped by to visit him, and I was telling him about these videos that I'm making. And I told him that I feel like these are messages that are coming through me, and they're not mine to hold on to, that I need to pass them on, and that knowing this is giving me comfort and ease, and I feel like I'm in the right place. And he said to me, but that might sound kind of wacky. Whenever people get into all this spiritual stuff, it always is a turnoff for me. I turn them away straight away. And I said, yeah, but the truth is that this is what it truly feels like to me. That's why I am so comfortable in it, because it just feels so right to me. This is exactly the place that I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I understood that when I truly put myself out there and speak my truth, then the people that are not attracted to it will naturally fall away from it. And the people that understand what I'm talking about, or are in sync with it, will be attracted to me. So in actually putting my true self out there, I am pulling to me the people that are similar kind and quality as myself. So it's kind of a natural selection process. So the more I am myself, the more I attract people like myself that can appreciate the true me to me. And the more I push away the people that are opposed to my true self. And I told him, what? I'm going to get on, I'm going to be fakey, and I'm going to not call it what it is, so that people aren't put off. But the people that are put off by it are the people that naturally wouldn't be attracted to or are not the right kind of people that I need in my life. It's as simple as that. So when I truly put my true self out there, I am attracting people that are attracted to my true self. I have this light coming. I'm sitting right behind this tree, and there's little specks of light coming through. The sun is kind of going down behind the tree, so I'm trying to get into places where you can still see me, but it's not bugging. But that connects to that message. So when I'm in sync with myself and I'm speaking my truth, I'm going to attract into my life the people that connect to me, to the real me. If I'm all the time hiding myself, how are the people that are a similar quality even going to recognize or be drawn into my life? So by being myself and putting myself out there, I'm attracting into my life the people that need to be in my life, and the people that don't need to be in my life, I don't want to try to impress anyway. Um, what do I don't need to impress anybody. So that was that. So another message. Pressure is man-made and hinders rather than expands. So this realization that there is no such thing as pressure in nature. There's just time, and time goes as it goes. There is no pressure. Pressure is man-made. So when we take the pressure out, first of all, what I realize is that when I take pressure out of my existence, uh, I get a lot more done. A lot more happens in my life when there's no pressure. When I have pressure, I'm like this, and I'm running around and trying to do all, but nothing falls into place because nothing is happening in the natural flow. So you can do the exact same things that you do with pressure or without pressure. So why have the pressure? So pressure is perception. So that is something. I'm still a human being, so I still get pressured sometimes, but that is a big message also for me. Take pressure out of the equation. I don't, if I'm going to be doing a task, when I do it under pressure, I have more of a tendency to make mistakes, and it doesn't work out as well as when I say, okay, I need to do this, and it needs to get done, and I just do it. It's going to take the time that it's going to take, whether I'm pressured around it or not pressured around it. It's going to take the same amount of time. So it just gets done a lot easier, and I enjoy the process when there's no pressure. And it seems to turn out always quite a bit better when there's no pressure. And here's another one. I am the only one who has the power to change the course of my life. So if there's something in my life that I don't like, I am the only one that has any power in my life to make the change. Nobody else can make the change for me. So if I hear some noises behind me, I'm just kind of wondering what's going on back there. So if no, somebody's coming. Okay, well, I'm going to pause this and see. So I'm going to turn this around because a cow just came running through. Oh, well, it's already out of shot. If I would have let it keep on recording, you would have seen a cow just came right back there, just shot past me. That was so cool. Okay, so I think I was done with that one. The only one that has any power to make any changes in my life is me, and that is it's obvious but not obvious. We tend to get stuck waiting for something to happen or somebody else to come in and save us, or or we tend to wait for signs, or if when the time is right, then I'll make this change. But you can go on for years and years and years waiting for the right time to make a change that you want in your life. I've done it. You can't say wasted time, because there's never wasted time. It takes as long as it takes to get to a realization. But I stayed in a relationship for years and years and years and years, longer than I needed to, because of fear, because I was waiting for the right time, or waiting for me to have more courage to make the change, until I just couldn't go on anymore. And then I made the change. And after I made the change, I thought I could have made that change years before. Years before. So we are the only ones in our life that have the power to make changes. Um, and if we are not happy with the course of our life, or something in our life, our job, our relationship, um, relationships, the place that we are living, or how we are living our lives, then we can always make the change. In any given moment, you can make a change. And we are the ones that have the power to do it. Even if we don't feel like we have the power, when you start to make the change comes towards you. So that is a message. Okay, so let me see here. Love is free. It costs you nothing to give. The more that you give, the more that you get back. And the more that you have to give. And this is so true. So love doesn't cost anything to give. Love is free. You can freely give love without being afraid. And the more you give love openly, the more you get back. And you realize that when you freely love somebody and give compliments, that the reactions that you start getting back, you realize that there is that it's free, and that it creates more of the same. So when you freely give your love to somebody, or to an animal, and don't expect anything in return, you don't give them love so that you can get back love. You give them love just to love. Then you see that you create more love in your life. Also, the act of giving love makes you feel love inside, and it's rewarding in itself, without any kind of expectations. Um, and it creates more of the same, and then it fills you up, and you have more to give. And what I also wrote down here is that just as it works with love, it works with anything. It works with knowledge. The more knowledge you give, the more knowledge you get back. So when you share your knowledge with other people, you get feedback, and then you get more knowledge. So it's kind of like it feeds itself. It goes around in a circle. And if you find something like that works in a circle like that, you know that you can apply it in different places. So it also works with money, and it also works with happiness. If you spread joy, you get more joy back. When you smile at people, people smile back, and that makes you smile more. It's like it's round. It goes around in a circle, and I love that. So let's see if I have anything more here. Your happiness is from within and doesn't depend on anything external, anything or anybody. When you can find joy in yourself, you don't need any external anything external to give you joy, and you can find joy in any situation. You can find joy without having to without any kind of dependencies on the outside world. Let me see, I had a couple here. Okay, you can do much more than you think you can do in a day. So that kind of comes back to the get the pressure off, and you can do a lot more than you think you can do in a day. It is amazing. Today is an example of that. I got up in the morning and I got to watch the sunrise over the Sea of Galilee, and I got so much done today without pressure. Uh, Life has no rules. There are no rules to life, so you can create the life that you want. Um, Really, the way that I feel is that if you are decent and you are always doing the best that you can, and being a good person, and allowing yourself to always improve and learn, and you are flexible of mind, then there are no rules. There are only habits. And that gets back to, what was it? Well, addictions and things like that. So being flexible of mind. And I think that's it for what I wrote down. Oh, here. Everything is only perception. Um, Everything that exists in your life is your perception of it. So anything that exists in your life is because you perceive it. So I have that. Allow yourself to be surprised by life, and life will surprise you. Um, Expectations. So when you are see, this is kind of a paradox, though. It's tricky because there's two sides to it. So the one side says when you are expecting something and you are trying to force it to happen because you expect it, you're actually narrowing your life experience down to your expectancies, because when you remove your expectancies, then you find that there's so much more than you could have ever expected, because whatever you were expecting, you already have in your mind. It's already things that you know. You can't expect things that you don't know. So when you remove expectancies, then life can come in and surprise you. But the other side to this, to the expectancies, is that um, you can't really achieve anything without expecting it. So it's kind of like, if you want something to happen for you in life, or you want your life to expand in a certain direction, let's say if you want to find a partner, a life partner, which I am single, and I am open to finding a life partner. And so I need to be in expectancy that it will happen, but not see, it's to expect it, but also let it go at the same time, to allow things to happen naturally. So I know what I want, and then I let it go, and allow it to flow into my life without trying to force it. I'll do a different video about that because that is interesting, and I have a lot to say about that, but that will be a completely different video that I take all of that. I'm going to meditate on it first and kind of jot down my points on that. And I will bring into that video also what I am wanting to attract into my life, and also my theory on that, because I have a theory that when you are searching for a partner, you are actually reducing your capability or your ability to attract the right partner. It's because when we're attracted to somebody, we know that we're attracted to somebody. If we meet somebody and we're attracted to them, it's an automatic. We know it. We don't have to go search it out. So when we're trying to search it out, and every person that we see, we're like, oh, maybe it's this guy, maybe it's that one, maybe it's this, then if we're having to look for it, it's not it. So I have a lot to say about that. I'll do that on a different video. And I think that I have gotten out all of the messages, and I would like to show you where I'm at because it's just so beautiful here. So I live in Galilee, and I'm going to turn this around so that you can see. Lola has been here sitting next to me. And right over there, that mountain there that you see is Arbel. And down there you can see Tiberias. See if you can, okay. So that first village that you see up on the mountain, that is where I live. That's Livnim. Down further where the big buildings are, that's Tiberias and the Sea of Galilee. On the other side is the Golan Heights. And this is where I am. The dogs are excited because I got up after sitting for a long time. This is really cool. So there's an archaeological dig going on here. Right here, I don't know what this is. It looks kind of like graves. They dug them out. It's really cool. It's deep in there. It might have been some kind of storage. It probably was some kind of storage. But right up here, over this ledge, there's a cave in there. That is a burial cave because inside you can see 2 burial plots that are dug into the stone here. This is limestone. Down through the trees over there, there is a natural spring that they built a little, see, I'm just going to show you this. This is from the top side. I was sitting right over there. You can see where my bag and all my papers are. And that also is some kind of squared out. And there's all these round, I don't know what they use this for, grinding. So they're all over this mountain here. Look at this. This is carved right into the stone. That's what I love about living in Israel. Oh, look. I found a hairband. That's what I love about living in Israel, is that you could just go out on the side of the mountain and there's antiquities. There are antiquities everywhere. This is just so beautiful. It's right before sunset. The sun is starting to get low. This is the day before the winter solstice. So this is probably the almost, tomorrow is going to be the shortest day of the year. So today is almost the shortest day of the year. Well, thank you for watching, and if you've gotten this far, I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.